Democratic Party is not liberal anymore. Instead, they are a far-left group of woke elitists. They want to transform America into their, communal, equity-based society that they control, cradle to grave, womb to the tomb, but they will rule with an iron fist from Washington, D.C. In their perfect world, there is no dissent, no individualism, no freedom, no checks, no balances, just one-party rule in perpetuity forever and ever. Here now with reaction, Fox News contributors Leo 2.0 Terrell, OutKick founder Clay Travis. Leo, let's get your reaction to the vice president's comments about the hurricane and equity and people of color.
Well, I'll tell you right now, she's playing race politics. She's a racist. I mean, you got people of all different colors out there who have suffered from that hurricane. And all she focuses on race, that's the game. That's why she's vice president. She wasn't selected as vice president based on skills. She was based on skin color and gender. And that's the game that she plays everywhere. It's sickening. It's insulting. And I'll tell you one thing also. Kamala Harris doesn't speak for minority people. She speaks for Kamala Harris. And for her to insult the other individuals, the non-minorities who have suffered in Florida, is outright insulting. It's embarrassing that she used her color and her gender as a shield from attack. But from this civil rights attorney, she is the farthest from being a person who looks at people without regards to color.
Let me ask you, Clay, because when Ron DeSantis said we're a Second Amendment state, what he's saying is, for all of you out there that live in states or have the mentality of defund, dismantle, no bail, that doesn't go over well in this state. We believe in law and order and safety and security, and people have a right to defend themselves, their families, their property. I don't even deem it controversial. You shouldn't be breaking into somebody's house and trying to take advantage of a natural disaster. It's that simple.
No doubt. And Kamala Harris, frankly, is a disgrace. I agree with everything Leo said. And what we have done for generations in this country is when there are natural disasters, do you know where we go? To the people who need the help the most, the people that are most in danger, whether they're white, black, Asian, Hispanic, gay, straight, Democrats, Republicans. We don't care. And we also don't care who the looters are. We can't have them, period. We can't allow them to be bailed out like Kamala Harris was doing in the summer of 2020 when all of those protests that we are continuing to reap the consequences of took over in our country. It's not a coincidence that murders are up 40% all over this nation since the summer of 2020. It's because Democrats like Kamala Harris decided that America was an awful racist place, and the only way they could be in power was by telling the American public lies. And everybody's waking up now 5 weeks from this midterm, and people like Kamala Harris, who are still trying to peddle this crap, are going to frankly get their ass kicked all over this country, including in Florida, where, let's be honest, Sean, this attack is not about Ron DeSantis discussing the Second Amendment rights of Floridians. It's because he's going to win a landslide election in Florida. He barely won in 2018. They threw everything they had at him during COVID. I'm happy to be a homeowner in Florida. I know you've got a place there too, Sean. Ron DeSantis got everything right about COVID. And they're now trying to use the hurricane to attack him. They're going to fail. I think he's going to win by double digits as long as Floridians hit the polls. And when that happens, there are an awful lot of Democrats that are going to be curled up in the fetal position, crying because they hate him, because he's been right about everything with COVID, with school. And he's going to do, I believe, a great job helping out black, white, Asian, Hispanic, everybody who was impacted by this storm, as he should, as any fantastic governor would.
All right, Clay Travis, OutKick, thank you. Leo 2.0 Terrell, thank you. Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.